Hello divine beings, hello divine creators, hello beautiful spirit frequencies. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. Beautiful beings, this is a daily reading for Monday the 28th of April 2025. Monday 28 April 2025. Let us see what is coming through at this time. We have uploaded, or completed rather, our new moon in Taurus live session on our Kemet Kah-Ri Alchemy channel. Beautiful codes and beautiful energies. So for you, those of you interested in receiving the messages, the integrations and the codes, have a look at our Kemet Kah-Ri.alchemy YouTube channel. The link is in the description below, and we look forward to whatever you receive from the energies. For now, let us see what is coming through. 28th of April 2025, Monday. Okay, new week, new beginnings. A big strong energy of new beginnings, renewal, and it feels on a fundamental level. So let's see. Strength, yes. Breaking down of condition. That seems to be fundamental, and we feel it's part of that new beginnings energy, where you're now going to have a new beginning, a new path, a new experience, a new venture in your freedom, in your source energy, no longer in the conditioning, no longer in the conditioned realm, no longer restricted, no longer in the conditioned frequencies of humanity, beginning a new light energy, a new path in your source energy, in your truth. Strength card represents Leo, solar plexus. So your actioning energy, how you explore the physical world. Leo is all about performance, right? Performing, exploration, how you be, the passion, how you experience life. So the experiencing of your life, no longer being in the conditioned, in the restriction, no longer being part of the herd, whatever is common knowledge or whatever society deems as a way of living. This is you experiencing the physical in your power, in your truth, in an identity born of your source, no longer conditioned. So your true personality, your true source personality, your true source identity, your true source power, frequency, emerging fully and completely. If we're going to give an example, for us it's a very almost literal example, where when we came into this earth frequency, we were named Lesssons. That was the name given to us. And through the process of awakening, we then embodied Velastri, our spirit guide, our spirit frequency, our spirit embodiment of the shadow. And we learned a great deal about our truth, releasing the conditioning of the shadow, releasing the conditioned frequency. Lesssons was born of the conditioned light, the conditioned life. So as we released the conditioned shadow, and we were born fully into our spirit, our full awakened spirit, when we then came into the light, Lesssons no longer resonated. And we received Kemet, the truth of our frequency. And now we live as Kemet. So that's just an example of how this feels. The physical reality you're about to experience is of your new, unconditioned, fully awakened, independent, individual source frequency. It's taken a lot of strength and courage for you to come to this space, to liberate your truth. Within, yes, the Hanged Woman or the Hanged Man card, the Hanged Being card, Hanged Woman in this deck, we love that. Yes, this is where you were at, suspended, frozen in time, while you were doing all the shadow work, releasing the conditioning of the shadow. Thus your spirit frequency can be free, and then stepping into the light with all of your free spirit, your awakened spirit energy. You stepped back into the light where you had just left to begin your shadow work. And then with the newfound knowledge and power and truth of spirit, you release the conditioning of the light. And now you are ready to fully step into your power, your full self. And you're no longer going to be suspended. You're no longer going to be here. This is released now. You are ready now to step into your physical, renewed, with new understanding, new clarity. You're going to be quite surprised at how fast everything now moves and how naturally, effortlessly everything you are doing is finally falling into place. Page of Cups without, yes, new experiences, receiving new energy, and look, they are in black, the shadow from within, from your spirit now manifesting in the light. And this cup, they're holding a fish. It's a fish in that cup, but we always see a flame. We see as though she's holding a torch. And that's what we feel as they hold that torch, that it's you in your cup, in your highest receptivity, and the flame, the light, how you weave in the physical is born of what you're receiving. The divine waters of your spirit is the fuel that lights that flame. That's what we see. New energy, new experiencing, innocence. You're asked to be innocent and open, childlike innocence, because how you are experiencing the physical is very different, and how the physical responds to you is also different. As you have re-anchored yourself as source, everything is going to respond to you as source. It's very different. So don't punish the experiences now with the old. Don't punish the connections with the old ways. Don't punish people, maybe people in your life, returning in your life. See them as new. Just be blank slate. Let's see what comes through. Blank slate. Let's see what's happening. The way a caterpillar experiences the world is very different to how the world is experienced by a butterfly. And the way the world interacts with the caterpillar is very different as to how the world interacts with a butterfly. So don't decide that you're going to experience life the same way. Allow yourself to discover how you experience life now and how life experiences you. Okay. Below, it's been a long journey of the Knight of Pentacles, and we feel this journey has now come to an end. The groundwork, this was the work when you were in the shadow, clearing the conditioning of the shadow in order to free your spirit, and then stepping back into the light and clearing with the knowledge of the spirit, with everything you learned and you had acquired in the shadow work you were doing, all the power became the medicine, right? You transmuted the poison of the shadow, you transmuted the fear to love, you transmuted the restriction to freedom. Everything, the way the shadow was conditioned and restricted, the way spirit was conditioned and restricted, you released and you healed, you purified to freedom, to love, to truth, to source. And as you stepped into the light, back into the light, you then utilized all that knowledge to clear and heal the light to source. And now you are ready. That's why the journey took so long. You were doing the groundwork, everything required to allow the physical to truly honor you in clarity, for you are creating from source, and it also required the reshifting of earth, the re-anchoring of earth into higher frequencies, and earth also now aligning through you as source creators. A huge, beautiful, miraculous evolutionary step, and you were a part of it. You were the beings creating it, weaving it in through your beautiful energies, and your patience and your hard work pays off. There's no longer a waiting game is what we receive. Not that it was a game, yet that's what it felt like this is waiting and waiting. That has come to an end. You're now ready for the actioning and the participating in your energy and in your existence and in your expression. That's the key, and that is the important frequency. It helps. It's a healing in itself. You now participating in your own birthing of your energy. Crowning. Yes, judgment. You are seen in your clarity. And this is 20. A major, major, major soul cycle has come to an end. Because it was the soul cycle of the illusion light, of the false light, of the conditioned light. And then that was the first 10. And then the soul cycle of the illusion shadow, the second 10. And now you're ready to begin the soul cycle of the light, of the divine light, of source light, of life. And you are seen in your clarity. You are powerful, wow. And you're about to witness, interesting, you're about to witness the physical realm shape and bend to your will. And it's not, again, it's not power-hungry manipulation. It's finally the reality you are living is now shifting and aligning to the shape of you. And you are going to see it. It's going to be something that's tangibly seen and felt. And it's going to be quite a remarkable gift for you and healing for you, because it is honoring what you've always known as how things are to work, you being within source, within the love, and everything aligning to the love and the abundance you are. And in that state, it allows you an empowerment, but this empowerment allows you even a deeper honoring of source. It's not an arrogant, oh, look at me, look at what I can do, haha. That kind of energy is gone. It is an honoring of, wow, thank you, universe, thank you, source, thank you, energies, thank you, earth, for co-creating with. Wow, thank you. It's this great respect and honor and appreciation of the co-creative energies, and it brings in such purity and a cleansing and a healing to your life and the life of everyone around you. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. You've worked hard, you've worked long, but you haven't given up. You've stuck your ground, and now a victory is on its way. The end of exhaustion, the end of tiredness, the end of you fighting, the end of this restriction, the end of you hitting your head against the wall, the end of the wheel spinning and to no avail. There's movement. There is movement coming. Yes, look at the card right after. It's the Empress. Yes, that which you came to birth coming into being. And there we go. That's that transformation, that new beginning, the swan now. You finally in your power. You finally in your clarity, in your truth. No longer conforming as the other ducklings, you know. You are now fully embodying your own frequency. And this also aligns, the Empress is Venus energy, which is Taurus. So it also aligns with the new moon in Taurus energy we've just been through. We're recording this on the new moon in Taurus, the 27th. And yes, a new path in the physical which honors your highest frequency, which honors your foundational codes of your source. So expect new relationships, new foundations in your career, in your home, in your physical environment that truly now aligned to what you came here to birth. A powerful new week, a powerful beginning. This is, you can imagine, you closed, the conditioned self was an old book which you closed, gunk, and you had a new book of light, but it's almost as though it had a, I think it's called a epilogue or a prelogue, the pages before the first chapter, and those pages are you returning to the light with all the energy you received through the shadow, and you were clearing the light, and now finally you're ready to begin chapter 1, really begin chapter 1. But you had to do the intro, you had to do that oh, is it a epilogue or a prelogue? We forgotten the terminology. But you know what we mean. The just before the first chapter, little details like the background story, and so it's sort of like you finished the book on the conditioning and the shadow work, and now you're like, now before we step into the light, a few things. As we return to the light, we realize that we returned exactly the moment when we stepped into the shadow work. So now we need, with all the knowledge and the mastery we weaved in the shadow, to clear the light, to neutralize it, to go to ground zero again. And then you have a brief summary of what you were doing in the light. And now it's now to begin journey of source light, divine light, sacred light. Chapter 1. A life of your own. A life of your own begins. Creatore viates. Thank you so much for joining us within sacred love, within self-love, which is the frequency in which we all allow ourselves to love our being into existence, to love yourself into life, to love the spirit you are into life. Blessed be.